What's up, everybody? This is Edward back with another video. Shout out to everybody that subscribed to me. I want to give a personal shout out to Roastmaster as well. He gave me a really, really generous donation. I'm very, humbled by it. I'm gonna do a video just for him. And dude, if you wanna, anytime you want me to do a video like on a topic, that you want my thoughts on it, like definitely just email me and I'll reply to you back with my email, and we'll definitely make that happen. And I'm gonna do a special video talking about that, kind of rotating around that. But what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about the pimping of our women. Because a lot of times, and I'm gonna try to make this quick. But, you hear in like the manosphere in general, red pill, black manosphere, whatever, this idea that the society is catering to women, and that's an example of like a feminized society. What folks are never taking into account is a big reason why women get this extra attention when it comes to on the media, because the media is a part of the environment that kind of creates our reality, and a lot of money as well. As far as outside the media as well, is because the easiest money to extract is from women in general. You look at things like weave, you look at things like makeup, you look at things like just validation and how valuable these commercials are, which elevates the value of TV shows to show people what they want to see in order to watch the show so they can sell commercials or advertising. They know the more you elevate women and give women more money, the easier it is to transfer that money or that wealth through the selling of goods and products. A lot of which don't even mean shit or not worth shit. Basically, these are just things that are telling you what you want to hear or empowering you or putting you in an emotional state. Because people make emotional decisions when it comes to selling, and then they justify it with logic. And that's much more in line with the female brain than the male brain. Now, the way to get in the men's money is usually sexual stuff. This is why it's through sex. This is why people say things like sex sells. This is why they use female models to sell men on things and not really male models to sell women on things. Because women and men are not wired differently. Now, my point to come to this in particular when it comes to black community and black women is you have to understand that I said this in a hangout, and dudes really latched on to this. Men are going to give you what you want to buy. And when you hear a lot of these women complaining about a certain type or certain dudes that tend to come at them, they say black men are like this, which is really code for these are the black men that I deal with, or the black men that I'm around, or the black men that come to me. It's really because a lot of these dudes are sensing what you're projecting out, and they're showing you what you want to buy. Now, that doesn't mean these dudes are showing something necessarily different to other people, but these types of dudes know the types of women they deal with. This is why you hear dudes talk about they don't have no issues with women. A lot of times, they're dealing with a particular type of woman that's really in their niche. And that's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I say you should do that. You should fuck with who fucks with you. Anyway, my point is, women live in an emotional and mental mindscape of a world that profits off lying to you. And the reason why I came on this video, because I was listening to an interesting sister who was commenting on Cynthia G, O'Shea, and Phil, the hangout they did a while ago. And shout out to her. I can't remember. Let me see, because I really want to point her name out. Her name is Allie Emmett. And I'll link her in the subscription. Because it was a really good video. This is the first video I ever listened to her, so keep that in mind. But she strikes me as somebody that's very, like, reflective and, like, the way a woman really should be. That's going to be functional. A way a lot of our women, unfortunately, have lost. Another woman she kind of reminds me of is like Kimberly Frazier. And I'll link her in the subscription, too. That's really good when it comes to reflection and stuff like that. And she was reflecting on, like, the communication between men and women. She was saying some really, really excellent points. But the one thing she also said was she was talking about how women want to be heard. And the reality is women are always being heard. And she wasn't saying women want to be heard in a sense. She was just saying this is how women see it. Not saying that women aren't being heard. But my point is women live in this reality whereby lying to them is a business. Do you understand how much commerce happens because of lying to women?
Oh shit, I let her fly in here, damn it.
Yeah, so people don't understand that. And this is just like when people don't realize, when we're talking about relationship between like black men and black women and not understanding each other or whatever stuff that we're talking about, we talk like the black community is like the regular society that's like a patriarchy that's like moving into more of a feminism or like trying to make y'all a construct. So you got a lot of dudes fighting that because that's not what they're used to. That's not the black community. Black community is a matriarchy. So the type of movement that women can do within our community is not the same as movement as other women can do in their communities, because their men have a lot more greater power via culture, via other institutions to compel women to kind of stay in line. And where women have an uphill climb, plus they have a lot more control of their own economic situation than what we do. And what happens is women, so you combine culture, economic control, and then being socialized to be the leader. 3 keys that black men as a group do not have because of history, because of a lot of different factors. It's not the same thing. Just like in this situation, we talk as if something is functional and then the media makes you dysfunctional. No, the media is reinforcing that stuff. So the reality that you're in is designed to tell you what you want to hear. And when I say that, what I'm saying is designed to speak to your emotions and not to logic. And what happened, because they know your emotions is what you're going to move on. I'm in marketing. This is what marketers know. So what happens is women are particularly vulnerable to that. So when women are doing these things like Black Girls Rock, Black Girl Magic, Black female empowerment, these are good feelings. It's almost like a drug. These are good feelings, and black women are really predisposed to never want to address the bad feelings. Because, like, when it comes to things like shame, when it comes to things like accountability, usually leads into shame or negative emotions. They think negative emotions are bad, positive emotions are good. Even though negative emotions are maybe something like, if you get a shot, you may need that temporary pain in order to get that medicine. But we're gonna not get a shot. We're just gonna be sick and be diseased. And this is why, and Allie made another point. Why when people talk about all these black people have been worked through the bone, black people have emotional issues, this is why none of this stuff ever really gets addressed. Ever. Because in order to address pain, you have to go through pain. It is not pleasant to go through bad memories. So what people tend to do is bury that stuff deep. But you have to work. It's just like with drugs. You have to detox. And our women do not want to emotionally detox. I understand why, and I understand all of that, but there is no reality where you are going to be functional and you don't do that. It's just like working out. If you're fat, it's not going to be pleasant working out at first. Because you have to lose weight, tear down muscle, build it up. It's not pleasant. Same thing with that. You have to work through it. And not only are women already, and this is women in general, I'm talking about black women in particular, because I deal with black women. Not only are they predisposed not to deal with that, the system, there is nothing in the system, as far as the way the system is designed, is to benefit from actually working you through that. Because if you come out of that, you're not going to be buying as much stuff as you buy. The trade deficit's not going to be as bad. If black women were really empowered and they didn't buy weave, how much money do you think that takes out of the Asian's pocket? Even if black women still bought weave but bought it from other women, black women, how much you think that take out of their pocket? Cynthia G, there was some like thumbnail that I saw of Cynthia G, because I don't really listen to her videos like that, in which it said if black women didn't care about approval, how powerful would they be? Well, it's easy to say that, but the truth is, how many sisters do you know are really willing to get rid of that? You got to think about it. I've said this statement all the time, or I'm starting to say it more and more. I hear black women talk about colorism all the time, but I never hear black women talk about tearing down the white beauty standard. Even with a lot of colorism queens, you really don't hear them saying that the problem is the white beauty standard. Not really. What you really hear them doing is complaining all day, every day about what the beauty standard is. But it's like they still kind of believe in the European beauty standard. They just don't want to kind of be at the bottom of it. And I've asked this of a lot of people. They'd be like, damn, I've never heard that. By the way, I've never heard Africans, men or women, really talk about competing with white people. I've never heard that. And I've asked people, and it's funny because they'll get people I know that's been to African, so they'll get quiet because they'll be like, damn, I've never heard that. That's going to be another video I do later in a couple of days. Got to write that down. But my point is, you still believe in it. This is why, Cardi B is popular. This is why Beyonce's popular. Cardi B white people did not elevate Cardi B. Black women did. Let's be clear about that. And then now she's getting the momentum from other groups because she's hot. But she got her momentum from black women. And Cardi B is not even the most attractive chick if you take makeup off. Azealia, look, I don't have a problem with Cardi B. I don't. I respect her hustle. I really do. Because unlike a lot of women, she actually earned her own without having a baby by somebody. And I will give her respect for that, because there is something to be said about that. Because I've been following Cardi B for a while as far as seeing her rise as somebody that watches social media from a marketing standpoint. And there's a lot of positive things I can really say about her on a hustle standpoint. She's got a good story. And I think she does the best she can based on, if I look at her as a person, I think she does better than a lot of other women in that same situation, like a Nicki Minaj and stuff. So I tend not to throw her under the bus hard, but she is kind of a culture vulture. But she can only exist as kind of a culture vulture because black women let her. Because too many sisters don't want to let her go, and these conversations are not had because women ultimately don't want to really check themselves. Our women don't want to check other women. They tend to circle the wagons around. So anyway, circling my point, the point of this video really is, the reason why our women are very tone deaf is because everything around them is designed to keep them in this perpetual hypnotic matriarchal state. And at the end of the day, men cannot save you. Men cannot save you. These emotional issues, black women can only do. And let me get, BGS was like the first person to really help me understand that with some of the video work he's done. Go to his stuff, type matriarchy, type why men go MGTOW in his search. And videos will come up as examples of this. But men can't fix you. They can't. The only thing you can do is choose a good father for your kids, which means you need to have kids in wedlock, or you need to actually have not get out of the way when a dude is around and choose the right dude in the first place, and then let that dude do what he does. But that requires, women, because women are in a matriarchy, they believe kids are their property, even more so than a lot of other women do. They don't see the value of a man. So this is how all this shit goes full circle. So anyway, those are just my thoughts. Happy Labor Day, folks. And let me know what you think about this. Am I on to something? You think I'm full of shit? Give me an example of some other, I think core issues that sisters have as far as when it comes to communication, when it comes to these arguments. I like to talk about fundamental issues. I don't like to, I like to get to the heart of what drives the behavior. That's the problem. We tend to like to talk shit about certain things that are going on, but I like to talk about the why somebody does something. What is the motivation behind it? Because that's when you understand how to influence somebody or how to craft something to have them make a different choice. So anyway, this is Edward signing off. Shout out. We're almost close to 950 subscribers. I'm definitely going to make a push and start doing more live streams and stuff to do. I want to get over that 1,000. Once I get over that 1,000, I will create the Facebook group. And the reason why we're not at 1,000 is my fault, because y'all clearly see that I'm very I don't do videos as consistent as what I should, especially being that all I do is record from my phone. I do like to try to, man, I don't want to, you know me. I go off the dome. So it's not that I don't record a lot of videos. It's just I want some good stuff to be out here. Some stuff you can really think about. And I really, even though I keep putting up 30-minute videos, I really want to do more closer to 15-minute, max 20, really 12-minute videos. Because again, I know y'all ain't got all day, and there's other YouTubers y'all listen to. And anyway, that's what that is. So anyway, once again, shout out to Roastmaster. I really do appreciate that donation. I mean, I really do. And make no mistake, that stuff is getting put to good use. So anyway, this is Edward signing off. Peace.